Why is the Odyssey still famous after 3,000 years? What if I told you that a story written nearly 3,000 years ago still shapes the movies you watch, the books you read, and even the heroes you admire today? A tale of monsters, gods, betrayal, temptation, love, and survival. A story that has outlived empires, kingdoms, and civilizations. So why is the Odyssey still one of the most famous stories ever written? Let's find out. The Odyssey, traditionally attributed to the ancient Greek poet Homer, was composed around the 8th century BCE. At first glance, it seems simple. After the Trojan War, the Greek king Odysseus tries to return home to his wife Penelope and his son Telemachus. But what should have taken weeks becomes a journey lasting 10 years. Along the way, he faces terrifying monsters, angry gods, deadly temptations, impossible choices, and constant danger. Yet the reason this story survives isn't because of the monsters. It's because of what those monsters represent. The universal journey. Every person has an Odyssey. Maybe it isn't across the Mediterranean Sea. Maybe it's through school, building a career, overcoming illness, losing someone you love, or simply trying to discover who you really are. The journey of Odysseus is symbolic. Every obstacle represents a challenge every human eventually faces. Fear, temptation, pride, failure, hope. That makes the story timeless. Thousands of years pass. Human technology changes. Empires rise and fall, but human nature stays remarkably similar. An imperfect hero. Unlike many heroes, Odysseus isn't perfect. He makes mistakes, sometimes very costly ones. His pride causes disasters. His curiosity places his crew in danger. His decisions have consequences. And that's exactly why audiences connect with him. He doesn't possess unlimited strength. He wins through intelligence, patience, strategy, and persistence. Even after losing nearly everything, he refuses to stop moving forward. His greatest weapon isn't his sword, it's his mind. The monsters were more than monsters. Think about the creatures Odysseus encounters. The Cyclops represents arrogance and brutality. The Sirens symbolize irresistible temptation. Circe represents distraction and comfort. Scylla and Charybdis force impossible choices, where every option has a cost. These aren't just fantasy creatures, they're metaphors. Even today we battle our own Cyclopes, we hear our own sirens, we navigate impossible choices every day. That's why modern audiences still understand these ancient stories without realizing it. Its influence on modern stories. The influence of the Odyssey is everywhere. Films, television, video games, novels, comic books, even science fiction. Countless heroes follow the same structure. A call to adventure, trials, loss, growth, and finally, the difficult journey home. From fantasy epics to superhero movies, the DNA of the Odyssey is still alive. Many of today's greatest storytellers continue to borrow its ideas. Whether audiences realize it or not, they're still experiencing Homer's masterpiece. The meaning of home. Perhaps the greatest reason the story survives is that it isn't really about defeating monsters. It's about returning home. Home isn't simply a place. It's identity, family, belonging, purpose. Odysseus could have chosen immortality. He could have remained with powerful goddesses forever. Instead, he chose an ordinary human life with the people he loved. That choice has echoed through thousands of years. Finally, 3,000 years later, the ships are gone. Ancient Greece has vanished. The gods no longer rule the imagination as they once did. But the Odyssey remains. Because every generation faces new monsters. Every generation searches for home. And every generation hopes that, despite every hardship, the journey will be worth it. Perhaps that's why the Odyssey has never truly become an old story. It's simply the oldest version of our own. If you enjoyed this journey through one of history's greatest masterpieces, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with anyone who loves mythology, history, and timeless stories. Because some adventures never really end. Have you watched the movie? If yes, tell us in comments how was it.